On today's show, the NBA season begins in exactly 1 week. And with that in mind, we roll on with our over-under series with Robby, Kalland of CBS Sports. And it's coming up right now.
You are Locked On Hawks, your daily Atlanta Hawks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 2076 of the Locked On Hawks podcast. I am your host, Rowland, coming to you on a Tuesday here in mid-October. And today's podcast is brought to you by the folks at FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, if you're a new customer, you can bet just $5. If your first bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the FanDuel app. Head to FanDuel.com right now to get started. I also want to encourage you at the top of the podcast, as I always do, to make Locked On Hawks your first listen each and every day. Check us out and subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get your podcast. That includes places like Apple and Spotify. We are also on YouTube, so please like this video, leave a comment, a rating, and review. Tell your friends. We definitely appreciate you being here as always. I am joined today to continue our over-under series with my good friend Robby, Kalland of CBS Sports. We recorded this conversation about the Atlantic Division in preview fashion a couple of weeks ago. Keep that in mind. If anything has changed, my apologies, but I want to get this to you before it was too far out of date at this point in time. Also, we've already posted and talked about the Pacific Division, the entire Western Conference, actually, plus the Central Division. So we were, as always, we go through all 6 divisions one by one between kind of, September-ish, and then also by opening night. So later on, I've saved, of course, the Southeast for last, because that of course includes the Atlanta Hawks. We'll get into that with Robby sometime between now and opening night. But if you missed it, I also had a busy week last week. I was traveling abroad, but still had 5 episodes. That includes deep dives on Trae Young and Jalen Johnson with Glenn Willis. That's up for you right now as well. And then if you missed it, I did a full breakdown of the Monday night game between the Hawks and the Miami Heat, the home preseason opener for the Hawks, and I did a recap after that game. So then, all that said, please listen to the podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast. We'll have much more later on this week, including the final exhibition game for the Hawks coming up on Thursday. So stay tuned, subscribe, tell your friends. Without any more delay, here we go with myself and Robby on the Atlantic Division. All right, I am joined again by my good friend, Robby, Kalland of CBS Sports, for another glorious over-under deep dive. This time, it's the Atlantic Division, Eastern Conference foes, interesting teams, one of which I cannot wait to talk about, and it's not the team that you're thinking about, everybody. It's the last team on this list. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, we'll talk about the contender, we think. Yeah, that's boring, Robby. The New York Knicks, 52.5 wins is the projection from our good friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. Yep. Last year, they won 51 games. Correct. So right in line here. Honestly, the biggest change to the roster is the coach.
Yep, Mike Brown.
Tom Thibodeau is out. Mike Brown is in. I respect both of them. Correct. Honestly, they're both good. Different. Tibbs is, long, as we all know, the driver of big minutes and big games. Yep. Brown's good too, defensively, etc. They did very little else, though. They added Gerson Yabusele, who should help them. He's a good player.
Legit helpful.
But that's literally it, other than non-guaranteed guys. Like they did bring
Jordan
in
Clarkson. Excuse me.
He's not guaranteed too, isn't he? I think he
Jordan
is.
Clarkson. He might be.
But they got it's Jordan Clarkson, Malcolm Brogdon, Garrison Matthews, Landry Shamet, Alex Len, and Trey Jackson.
Hawks legend Alex Len.
Hawks legend Garrison Matthews. Like we're rolling. Malcolm Brogdon's GAC legend. Malcolm Brogdon. We're just we're all doing.
I forgot he went to GAC.
He sure did. But they did lose Precious Achiuwa. Campaign is not currently there as we're talking right now. So, but they didn't do much.
A net positive.
The roster is better because they add Yabusele and didn't lose much, if anything.
Yeah. I think Clarkson can help them if he's on there.
Yeah, I mean, Brogdon can too. Brogdon's a good player. I mean, when he actually plays. Yeah. What do you think of this? This is a kind of I mean this in a nice way. It's kind of a boring one because it's like this is kind of what they were last year, and it's like, all right, you like it more or less?
This is just a stay away. I think it's a good number. I can see the path to a high 50s if everything clicks, everything goes great. Mike Brown modernizes the offense and they open things up a little bit and they just look more dynamic. There's a world where this goes over. There's also a world where, Tibbs is a great regular season coach. He gets the most out of the guys in the regular season. He's going to play a short rotation. He's not going to go deep. He's going to try to win every game he can. And maybe Mike Brown takes a little longer view. Maybe that's maybe the organization asked him to take a little longer view. You maybe don't see Josh Hart playing 44 minutes a game. I'm interested to see how that's the most interesting thing to me with this team is what does the minutes management look like different how different is it in terms of how often we see the stars on the floor? Like, are they going to be like, hey, we want, because Hart has famously been like, I want to be out there as much as I can, but it's like, will they look at what has happened in the playoffs and say, we've run out of gas, we've broken down, like, let's get a plan in place where these guys are playing normal team big minutes of 36 to 38 minutes instead of a bunch of guys crossing 40 minutes a game. And if you do that, you might run the risk of losing some more games because you're going to have your best players off the floor more often. For that reason, it's a stay away. I think but like I see, barring catastrophic stuff, and they can withstand an injury here and there. I mean, we saw him go some time without Brunson last year and kind of hang around. Like, this feels like the floor is kind of high 40s, like 48 with this roster, but I think it's just a stay away because there's not too many variables, but just like it feels like a lot of the same of last year. And I think this is just a good number.
Yeah, I mean, again, the biggest change is coach because for a number of reasons, but the obvious one is the minutes. They had 3 of the top 9 players in the NBA in total minutes last year on the same team, including number 1, which is Bridges. And I think Hart was number 3, despite the fact that he was like their 5th best player. And then you throw in, Anunoby was, I think, 9th. Towns was like 20th, and he was 4th on the team. But the only
reason Brunson wasn't up there is because
I was going to say the only reason why he was also the only guy that really missed any time. So Brunson missed 17 games. Everybody else played like 72 or higher of the core guys. They'll probably play less. I think Yabusele will help with that. Yep. I think that the offense will be modernized. I do think that there is some risk that but I don't know. I think their roster is better now than it was last year. I agree. So if you flatten it out a little bit, you shouldn't get a lot worse. I don't think they got more NBA guys. Because look at the minutes right now. Outside of the top 6, which is the starters and Miles McBride, it was Precious Achiuwa, and this is in total minutes played. Precious Achiuwa was the 7th guy on the team. That shouldn't happen. Like, I think he's an NBA player, but he should not be your 7th most guy in minutes.
Well, they should get more from Mitch.
Yeah, he should.
Robinson, because he missed almost all.
He only played 17 games last year. That's a good point.
So that's a big boost for the regular season.
Yeah, front court depth.
I kind of
him and Yabusele. But I mean, it's still the point stands. Like they're still deeper, and I do trust. There'd be a lot of coaches where I'd be like, "Oh, this is uncertain," because Tibbs is actually good. Mike Brown is a proven guy. I trust Mike Brown. I would be right in this range. Like I don't know exactly where I'd be, but it wouldn't be within. It'd be within 2 wins of this number, no matter what. So I'm not going to play it either way.
I agree. It's just a stay away. Like, I think this is a 51 to 54 win team, which is
exactly where the number is. The NFL season is here. FanDuel has an offer that you absolutely do not want to miss. And right now, if you are a new customer with FanDuel, bet just $5, you get $300 in bonus bets if you win that first bet. That's right. Pick a bet right now, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the FanDuel app. FanDuel is great in so many different ways. One reason is that it actually fits however you like to bet on sports, whether it's player props, parlays, same game parlays perhaps, straight bets, whether it's point spreads, over-unders, money lines, etc. They have futures, even live betting as the action unfolds. It makes watching football or basketball or baseball even more exciting when you have a little bit something extra riding on the action. They have all sports you can think of across the board, football to the NBA, of course. We're talking about all the time on this podcast. Plus, they have baseball, they have hockey, golf, tennis, soccer, both domestic leagues, international leagues, etc. They have F1, they have NASCAR, boxing, MMA, and so much more. Whether you're a casual fan or just someone who loves looking at the stats, perhaps, FanDuel makes it and the whole gaming experience so much better for you. FanDuel is quick, it's easy, and they are fast to pay out when you win. It's the best possible way to add a little bit more energy to your game days. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app and get started today. A lot of people can't even name their financial accounts or even what they are worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. If you have the full picture, you actually leave money on the table. And that is why Monarch Money should be coming into your life. It's the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface, either on your laptop or on your phone. And Monarch is built for people like me with busy lives, quite honestly. If you've been putting off organizing your finances for a long time, Monarch is definitely for you. They do the heavy lifting for you at Monarch Money. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet yourself. For me, I linked all my accounts together to Monarch Money and immediately spied some easy costs to get rid of. Cancel those commitments alone, saving money each and every month. You can maximize your investments, increase your savings rates, easily review your finances with your financial advisor, even with your partner, and generally keep a clear review of your financial health, both in the short term and in the long term. Do not let a financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com, and use that code LOCKEDONNBA. All right, the next one is, all right, the Philadelphia 76ers. Robby, I don't know. It's 42.5.
The biggest shrug number of all time.
It really is. Last year,
even the odds makers were like,
yeah, they don't know.
What do we do?
No one knows. The entire league.
No.
I know you have this
The Sixers don't know.
Like I do. You talk to our mutual friends, other people like that cover the league. It's like no one has an idea what
No.
None. So last year they won, just to say it out loud, they won 24 games. It was a season from hell. We all know that. Embiid played 19 games. Paul George missed half the season. Maxey missed 30 games. They couldn't make a three when they were playing. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
And they changed the roster up some. Like they brought in Jabari Walker. They brought in Trenton Watford. Like they didn't really do like a whole overhaul.
Nope.
Like they added BJ Edgecombe, a top 5 pick, but he's a rookie. I don't know what he's going to give them. Jared McCain is going to come back after he was good for a month last year. Then he got hurt too. Quentin Grimes is twisting in the wind as we're talking. Maybe he's signed by the time you're listening to this, but he was still a free agent as we're talking. He'll be on the team, though. There's nowhere for him to go. I assume he's going to be there. I don't know, man. This is like the ultimate stay away. Here's what we'll do, Robbie. I'll be a sicko to you. If someone demanded that you put $5 on one side or the other, do you have a take? Do you have even a half lean on this? Because I really don't know what I would say. I have no idea. Probably under, because I don't think Embiid's going to play. I just don't.
I mean, yeah, it really comes down to like, can Joel go for 50 games?
I mean, they would probably take. I bet if you ask Daryl, like, would you take 40?
Yeah,
he might.
Like,
say
would you just take if Joel could play every other game? You don't get to pick which ones, but he's just literally every other.
That's crazy, but yeah. If you told me he's going to play 50, this is an over.
Agreed.
Not a guaranteed over, but I'd play the over.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have a hard time believing Paul George is that bad.
No, he's better than he was last year. Maxey will play more, I think.
Maxey plays. Like, God, if you made me take, like, I don't know, like, there's talent on that roster, but the vibes are bad. Like, they're like, Kelly Oubre is already upset about. They have
a good coach. I still would take the under personally, just because it's just Embiid. It's only because I just don't think he's going to play. I just don't think he's going to play. And if he does, that's great. I hope he does. I'm rooting for Joel to play. Is this where I fire off
the Are we sure Nick Nurse is that good?
I mean, I tend to.
Are we sure?
With you. No.
Did you see what happened in Toronto after?
I mean, it did win the championship.
After that,
I'm not sure he's.
I don't know how much of that was him.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
He sure didn't get the best out of that roster.
I think it's fair to say he's not like a proven awesome coach. I don't think he's bad though. I
didn't say bad. I just said
I know.
I'm sure he's good.
No, it's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Good.
Anyway, I had to do a hot seat list for Fanside in September, and I put him on it. And not because he's bad, but because like if they don't win again, like you're gonna change something. You can't cut Embiid. So like
I don't know. I guess. I want to say like the thing. I guess what here's
it's not fun no matter what. It's
not fun. Here's where I'm at with this is like I don't want Embiid to go out like this. Is all I say. He is a truly special talent, one of the best basketball players I've seen in terms of sheer talent and ability when he's at his best. And I would hate for this to just go out the way it is. But it's also kind of always been the possibility with him. Like, and I would like to see him have at least one more year where he can put it together. Like they already, he's already working out, doesn't have the knee sleeve, whatever. Like,
sure,
maybe it can happen, but yeah, it's tough. Like, I guess that would be my optimistic view, is like, I kind of would hope the basketball gods or whatever could let him have one more.
You would bet your $5 on the chance to root for the positive side, basically.
Sure, that's basically where I'm at. That's the best I can do for you. Is like, if you made me put $5 down, I'd rather put $5 down on being positive.
It is the ultimate shrug line. You said that at the beginning. You're 100% right. FanDuel.
Nobody knows. They're like, how about 500? Does that sound good?
How about 42.5? All right, let's put that to the side. That one's not fun to talk about.
No.
The Boston Celtics are next. Also equally interesting. 41.5 is Boston's number at FanDuel. Last year just like doesn't even matter.
No,
they won 61 games last year, but like I don't know what that means. Number one, no Tatum. Now the Pacers have said Halliburton is not playing this season.
Correct.
Boston has not said it about Tatum.
Yeah.
But I assume he won't play. If he does, it'll be late in the year and it won't be a huge change to this number.
I can imagine it impacts this. And also, like, why would you if they're where they're projected?
Strongly agree. But okay, so that's number one. They also lost Porzingis to Atlanta, Drew Holiday to Portland, Luke Cornett to San Antonio, and Al Horford to currently free agency as we're talking probably to Golden State. That's if you include Tatum, that's 5 of their top 10 players from last season. Cornett was probably 10th, but still. They did add Anthony Simons. Never been a huge fan, but he's a good player, obviously. Chris Boucher, who I kind of like, but that's really it. They didn't do, they drafted Hugo Gonzalez, Luka Garza. The front court is a disaster. The front court is a disaster.
It's Keita.
It's gonna say just to name some players. It's Keita, it's Luka Garza, it's Xavier Tillman, and Chris Boucher are their center option. Chris Boucher is
I'll say this: Xavier Tillman's a lovely man.
I like Xavier Tillman quite a bit.
Delightful human being. I like
defend.
He's a guy that you're like. I like when Xavier Tillman plays 12 minutes a game,
and they don't have it's kind of similar to other teams like New Orleans is like this, but Charlotte's like this. We'll talk about them at some point. Who's the other one we talked about earlier that doesn't have a center?
Indiana.
It's Indiana. I think Boston for me is a pretty clear under, and one reason why is that I think Boston's front office would find religion if they needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're very realistic
and be like, guys, like, what are we doing here? Like they're going to try, obviously they're going to try to begin the season. Mm-hmm. They still got Jaylen Brown and Derek White and Peyton Pritchard. And like, they got some players, but they're not good enough at full strength to scare me off of taking the under when I think they're going to either get an injury or two, or just figure out that it's not worth it and kind of pedal off. And for me, this is a pretty clear under to me.
Yeah, I would agree. It's for all the reasons you said. Like, it's just like, what's their ceiling that you're scared of necessarily with this group?
Their ceiling is like 45 wins, and I think their floor is like 30 or less.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's an under, and I think it's like everything they did this summer tells you that they are taking a very pragmatic view of what they're doing. Yeah. They know this is a gap year. They're going to use it to reset whatever they need to reset financially.
They're already doing that.
Personnel, they're resetting
the
clock on aprons and taxes, and they're going to do everything they can.
They're trying to trade Anthony Simons.
Right.
Like, they've been openly trying to trade him for probably 2 months now, and they haven't done it yet, but they're trying to. And that not for basketball reasons, because they just don't want that salary slot. They don't need him on the team. So they do have. Okay, if you want to take the positive case,
they can move Sam Hauser.
The positive case would be Joe Mazzulla has a system that works. They're going to get a bunch of threes, and they're still going to be able to shoot you out of some games. When they win and they shoot well, they're going to beat some teams. Mm-hmm. But I also think that Derek White as the second best player on the team is not going to be the
Does
same
not
as
work
Derek
as
White.
well as the fourth.
I love Derek White, but like he's not a number two on a good team. And Jaylen Brown
Peyton Pritchard.
Jaylen Brown's efficiency is number one guy. I don't think it's going to be great this year.
I agree.
He'll score
Especially
a lot
with
of points, but
and here's the thing: is like there's it's going to be a lot of like who's scaring you from that front court from just kind of like walling off the rim on drives for those guys. Like
Kada,
good luck. Good luck for Jaylen Brown getting downhill to the rim consistently because they're just going to throw bodies at it's an under for me.
It is the under
just for 1 year. Just for 1 year, they'll be back.
It is a weird gap year for Boston for sure.
Fascinating to see what they do next summer regarding that front court though, because I don't know how you turn it over that quick, but they must. Brad Stevens will have a plan, but I'll be interested to see how they execute that. Yeah,
to go from Porzingis, Horford, Tatum to what they have now in one summer. Remarkable. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with a brand new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus powered by Peloton IQ. It's their most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you are running, might be lifting, cross-training, etc., with your favorite instructors. This is training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with tools that help you plan, stay motivated, and reach your peak performance. The Peloton IQ system also offers real-time strength coaching as well. That's a huge win in my view. It actually tracks your reps, suggests the right weights for you, and corrects your form, making every single rep safer and smarter. They swell the screen as well as a massive game changer. You can go from running on a Tread Plus to strength training without missing a beat. They have personalized class recommendations as well that will keep you engaged all the time, and you get workouts tailored to your vibe, your energy level, etc. each and every week. So please let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore the new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus today at onepeloton.com. That is onepeloton.com. All right, let's go to the Toronto Raptors. 39.5 wins is the number at FanDuel for the Raptors. They won 30 last year, so a big jump from 30. But Brandon Ingram never played last year for Toronto. He is going to play now, it seems. Emmanuel Quickly, they're really their only guard, missed 49 games last year. And Scotty Barnes regressed pretty hard last year. He was not very good. Yeah. And then, to be fair to Toronto, they tanked pretty aggressively at times late in the season. So, was this a 30-win team last season? I would say probably not. They were probably better than that. And then you add in Ingram, Colin Murray-Boyles, Mamu coming over from the Spurs.
Yep.
They lose Chris Boucher. I am like predisposed to being low on the Raptors.
Yep.
And I probably still am. But I'm not insulted by this number being 39.5. I think it's like a reasonable number.
It's fine, but like I don't get this roster, dude. I don't
either.
Get it?
I don't understand it.
It's not that there's not talent. It's kind of like when we talk about the Pelicans. I'm like, look at this guy, and look at this guy, and look at this guy, and like in a vacuum, like I like all of these guys. And then you put them on the floor together, and I'm like, I don't like this. This is not fun to watch. It's not enjoyable. Like, I don't like it. Stop. Like, just
unsubscribe.
Like, I'm interested to see what Bobby Webster does because I think I launched my Masai take on this podcast last year.
You did.
I was proven correct.
And then there was like this very, very strange still. And one day I'll talk about this more on a public podcast. The reporting cycle around Masai and the Hawks this summer was interesting to say the least. I believe it's been borne out at this point that was not coming from the Hawks side. That was a Masai wants a parachute. It didn't happen for him, and he got fired.
Did not.
So but on that front actually though, Masai's not there, and they didn't change. They're still. It hasn't been long enough yet. I get that, but like it's still a very strange Masai-like building team. They need basketball-wise, though, they really, really need Emmanuel Quickly to stay healthy because he's the only guy that's like that on the roster. Like, I'm not even the biggest Quickly guy in the world, but he can shoot. He's a guard.
Yep.
And they don't have anybody else like that.
They got nothing. Like, and like, here's the thing is like RJ Barrett was like legitimately good when he was on the floor last year. He missed some time. They had like you said, terrible health, and they kind of shut a bunch of guys down late.
They had some pretty like egregious tanking at times.
Yeah, there were some tough lineups out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
dude,
they were playing their starters for 3 quarters, and then
Hawks legend Bruno Fernando started 2 games.
There were multiple times where they were playing guys to like the 6-minute mark of the game, and then just like sitting their best players at crunch time.
There are a couple guys on their basketball reference page that played games last year I have never heard of in my life,
which is not a small thing when you're a professional writer.
Have you who is Ulrich Chomsky?
I know who that is, but I it's fine that you don't.
He was
a second. The reason why I know who he was is because he was a 2nd-round pick last year. So he was a draftee, a late 2nd-round pick. But no,
by the way,
the point stands.
I don't know what to do with them. Honestly, they exist kind of in the Sixers realm of like not the same in terms of like but like I just don't know what to do with them because like again,
I am going under.
There's talent on the roster, but I'm not a Scotty Barnes guy.
I'm not either.
I think they're still trying to build this thing around him as the guy, and I don't think he's the guy.
Agreed.
I'm with you. Quickly has got to stay healthy because they don't have much of anything else at point guard.
The worry for me,
very nice.
The worry for me is the guy I'm taking the under on. I'm not betting it hard. Like it's not a bet. It's fine. I would lean under. My only concern, as from the under standpoint, is if Quickly plays 70 games, I like it less. Because I think he makes everything else make more sense. Because they need the shooting. They don't have enough shooting. He helps the shooting. Another ball handler. But the combination of, look, I'm lower on Brandon Ingram than most people are. I'm lower on Scotty Barnes most people are. Like, Jakob Poeltl is just like a fine starting center. Like, he's fine. They love him for some reason, but he's just fine.
I do love him.
I do love Colin Murray-Boyles. I love Colin Murray-Boyles. But he is going to be a rookie. So I have to be consistent. He's going to be a rookie. So
here's my thing. You got rid of Siakam and OG because it was too cluttered and there wasn't enough spacing around Scotty Barnes. And your answer was to go get Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett. Yes.
That's the lesson that we learned in Toronto.
And Jakob Poeltl, who can't shoot. So it's not that I don't like individually. I'm fine with most everybody on this roster. Agreed.
Do not like them as a conglomerate.
But they also, one more stat on that to the spacing point. I believe I have it right now. Yeah, they were 29th last year in 3-point attempt rate. They don't take threes because they don't have shooters. They don't have.
Well, they're
space.
23rd in the league in shooting.
Yeah, they don't have space. They don't have shooters. So again, Quickly will help with that. I think RJ is like a decent enough shooter. Grady Dick might stick a step forward. I get it, but like,
Agbaji's their best shooter.
I mean, and Quickly or Agbaji.
Well, Quickly, yeah. Agbaji was it last year, but Quickly on the volume for sure. But it's a roster that's not for me. It just doesn't work for me.
It's not for us. We'll see how it goes. It's not a crazy number. I get why the number's where it is. I would lean under.
Yep,
it's fine. All right, one more in this division, and I'm psyched for this one.
Listen, we saved 9 minutes for this.
This is unbelievable. The Brooklyn Nets have a over/under of 20.5 wins at FanDuel. Whew, that's a low number, but they won 26 games last year. They were fortunate in their underlying data, and Jordi Fernandez is really good, their coach. But they also went 9-14 to begin the season with Dennis Schroeder on the
I was about to say they got red hot to start the season and like tanked their chances.
And after they traded Dennis, they were as bad as expected.
Yes.
Now this roster is so.
Let's
weird.
talk about it. Let's talk. About
so here's what they added.
Please.
This is not the whole roster. This is just who they added. They added Michael Porter Jr., Hawks legend Terrence Mann, Haywood Highsmith. And then they added 5 first-round picks. 5, all of whom can't shoot. All of them. Igor Demon, Ben Saroff, Nolan Traore, Danny Wolf, Drake Powell. And then they traded for Kobe Buffkin. Like, which I would
slot him out.
I still like Kobe Buffkin more than most people would. But on this team, like, I don't know I don't know what they're doing there. They lost Cam Johnson and D'Angelo Russell. By the way, they also lost Keon Johnson, who I confirmed this to make sure I wasn't crazy. He was second on the team in minutes last year for the Nets. Second on the team in minutes last year. He was on a non-guaranteed minimum contract, and they cut him. You know how hard it is to go from number 2 on the team in minutes for the season to be on a non-guaranteed minimum with the same team, same coach, same GM, and they cut you? Anyway, so the Brooklyn Nets are fascinating. The roster makes no sense at all, like literally none. They have Cam Thomas back on a qualifying offer. I know how you feel about Cam Thomas versus me. You are a Cam Thomas guy. I am not. I am way out on Cam Thomas.
Okay, hang on. I'm a Cam Thomas guy for entertainment purposes, not for win total purposes.
But I mean, he's going to be shooting he already does this, but probably even more so every possession. They have no. I don't know who's going to be playing. I mean, truly, there are like 3 or 4 guys on this team that I know are going to play. Like MPJ is going to play. Cam Thomas is going to play. Nick Claxton is going to play. Everybody, I don't know who they're going to play. I have no idea. Okay.
So they have. I've never seen this. Like even especially at this point in the offseason, I have never. Their team site roster has 21 players. How?
Robby, they have like 19 guaranteed contracts. Because they didn't.
What are we doing?
They had to cut Keon Johnson because he's not guaranteed because they had nobody else to cut. Like, I don't. I mean, okay. I'm going to name some more guys that we haven't talked about yet. They still have Hawks legend Tyrese Martin on a contract. They have Jalen Wilson, who led the team in minutes last year. Jalen Wilson, number 1 on the team in minutes. They have Zaire Williams is on this team, former lottery pick, who they brought back. They have Drew Timme. They have Day'Ron Sharp, who they just brought back on a team option deal. They have Noah Clowney, who they drafted in the first round a couple years ago. This team, Derek Whitehead, first round pick, is still on the team.
Liddell.
I mean, Robby,
what is this team?
This is why I was telling you how exciting this is. I have no idea.
They have your guy, Danny Wolf.
Danny Wolf is going to be terrible as a rookie. Terrible. I mean, it's just the reality of it. So, I mean, I was already lower on Danny Wolf anyway.
Do you want to come up here for Nets Wizards? I think we should watch that together.
Yes, I do. Look, we can stop, but I don't think Jordy Fernandez is good. I think their coach is good, and I think a good job with this roster would be 18 wins. Yeah, I think this number is 20.5. The juice is to the under, and I can't take the over. I can't. God,
do it. Jawan Howard is an assistant coach.
Oh yeah. Kobe Buffkin back with
that's why they have Kobe and Danny.
Maybe, but no, wow. Without being funny for 1 second.
Okay, yeah, please.
I think. It's 20.5. Normally, it's like, man, it's hard to bet the under on 20.5. I couldn't bet the over. Like, I could not do it. Like, their best player, all joking aside, their best player is Michael Porter Jr. If he's your best player, you're drawing dead. You're drawing dead.
Cooked.
You are. And by the way, Nick Claxton has been like quietly kind of bad for like a year and a half now.
And also once out.
Doesn't want to be there, makes too much money. Cam Thomas, not for me. That's the kindest thing I'd say about Cam Thomas. Correct. Not for me, and not the guy I want to have around all my rookies. I would not want them to be modeling after Cam Thomas.
No, so also not a guy I want on my team when I have Michael Porter Jr.
No, it's just so bad. It's remarkable. Like obviously they are just trying to get a high draft pick and they're going to need one. So that matters. Whatever. So they're bad team. We talked about Utah already. We'll do Washington later. Utah has a plan of some kind. Like they have a couple guys that are good on the team already. Markin and Kessler, bunch of young guys.
Yep.
The Wizards have gone ultra rebuild finally. It's taken a while, but they at least are going slow, taking their time. The Nets are aimless. Like other than just like we're gonna be bad and hopefully we win the lottery. That's basically their entire plan, which is fine. But this draft was like
they took 5 first round picks.
And Robby, I know you're not the biggest draft guy in the world. They also
doesn't happen.
They also drafted four of them are like ball handlers who can't shoot. 4 of the 5.
Yeah.
They drafted 4 non-shooting ball handlers in the same first round. And then, by the way, traded Kobe Buffkin, who isn't a non-shooter, but like has shooting questions and is a ball handler. After doing that. So I love the Nets. I love the Nets. They are
so fun Nets fact.
Terrence Mann's on this team. Oh my god.
They do. They have guys that were 22, 33, 44, 77, and 88. A lot of double numbers on this team. Just a little stat for you.
Terrence Mann
What is this roster?
Terrence Mann is the only normal player on this team.
He's the only adult.
Well, maybe Haywood Highsmith is too. Is also kind of normal. I think he's kind of a normal player. The two
Can
of those
you
guys.
imagine? Can you imagine going from like all the jokes about Heat culture? Can you imagine going from the Miami Heat to this Nets roster?
Well, Terrence Mann gave a funny quote about, and I like Terrence Mann, to be very clear. He gave a funny quote this summer already about how he thinks he can do more, like as a on-ball guy. And I'm like, hey, you're gonna have the opportunity, Terrence. Like, go ahead. You might average 18 points a game in Brooklyn. Anyway, so long story. This is an over-unders podcast. Under for sure. I don't know if they're gonna win way less than 20, but I have a hard time seeing them get to higher than what's their ceiling? 24? Ceiling.
Yeah. Like you said, they won 20. They won what? What they go 17?
They won 26 last
42,
year.
17 and 42 to close the season.
But the reason why they won 26 last year again was that
they went nuts early.
They had a bunch of vets early in the year who played well.
Right. Which is, we'll get to it, but like that's my concern with
those
Washington.
guys now.
That's my concern with Washington. Like Washington is the team that I think could do what Brooklyn did last year.
The Nets
they're going to be.
The Nets have made it to where
they could do like a Pistons 29 game losing streak.
Well, we referenced this before on one of these teams on these chats, but it's a thing we've been talking about for years. Bad point guard play will sink you.
Yep. And
the Nets don't have a single guy on the roster who I would qualify as a average NBA point guard. Last year, Dennis Schroeder can keep you afloat, and they had him for a while. They traded him. I'm looking at the roster right now. They don't have one. Like, they have a bunch of guys who can play there.
They even had D'Angelo Russell for a little while,
right,
which is better than anything they have now.
Strongly agree. I mean, their point guards options this year are rookies, literal rookies, or Kobe Buffkin, who's played 27 NBA games. So basically, they have.
Or I guess maybe Terrence Mann. Who knows?
Terrence Mann can't play point. Anyway, we're signing off. I was just excited to just talk about all the insanity with this Nets roster. It's baffling. I can't wait to watch it, to be honest.
I'm not kidding about the Nets Wizards game, by the way.
I mean, sure.
That's cinema right there.
That is going to be cinema. All right, Robby. Well, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you. Follow Robby, as I've been saying on all these podcasts, but at our Kalland, CBS Sports, the podcast for all your college football needs. And
I do like to imagine the person that comes on just to listen to the Atlantic preview, so you have to go through all these again.
I mean, people do. There's YouTube. The YouTube algorithm exists. Like, people just might find us. Plus, you're at Bigwig now. You're at CBS. You're back at CBS.
Yeah,
the Paramount Corporation. Thank you, sir, for being here. As for everybody else, please subscribe to Locked On Hawks. We'll see you all next time.